really think that that will work out so well for him. But early ling speed gives him a decent amount of map control here. He only has 6 lings, though, so he may be able to shut down the Hellions if they go out in 2s, but they're not going to do that. He's going to get a little bit of harass done. He's going to try and take out this SCV, but the Hellions move into position and get 2 good shots. He eliminates most of the lings and cedes map control there to the Terran player, so that doesn't really work out too well for him, I'm afraid. So what is his next move? He takes his 3rd base, which is to be expected. Hellions can't really do much there because this is not going to be mining for a while, so these Hellions are mostly just for map control. They're mostly just for eliminating creep tumors and things like that. 2 more Hellions on the way. Let's see how far he goes up. Stimmer's on the way. No gas as of yet for his starport. He should be able to build that momentarily. There we go. He's got the gas for it now. Moves that out here as well. Another reactor coming out here. And another barracks. Huh. Interesting. Ryung's actually delaying his starport here. That's very interesting indeed. Perhaps you would expect to see a starport after that. Maybe a little bit of 1-1-1 action. But no, he's going to hold that for a while. In the meantime, just going to maintain some map control. He knows he's not really under too much threat. Ah, the double engineering bay build. Okay. So he's going to go very upgrade heavy. He's feeling really secure on 2 bases right now. And then he wants to be able to go for a big, powerful push and take out the 3rd base. Which he can do. But he does have to watch it because he's sitting on no medevacs right now. Creep spread from BioIce looking pretty good right now. Sitting on a lot of queens. 5 in total, in fact. It's a pretty powerful number. Hellions are not going to be able to do too much to that. They will be able to delay those creep tumors. Double evolution chamber baneling nest coming up, and that is 1, 2, 3, and 4 gas. So he needs to start mining from that quite soon, actually, if he wants to go for Spire. That may be a mistake. He may have missed that, which would actually be crippling. Having only 3 gas and a 4 gas build, not necessarily good, unless he wants to start mining from this base. So I can only imagine Spire is on the way here, unless he's deliberately not mining from this. Which would be a little bit weird if he's going Baneling and double Evo Chamber. Yep. So we're seeing the same build that we saw from Gamja, which Ryung was able to deal with quite nicely. And I think with this double upgrade build, he is going to be in a good spot to be able to push through that 3rd base. But we will see. If more mutas come out and Ryung is caught out of position, then things might get messy. This is quite late starport, so if Ryung wants to get aggressive, I think he's going to do it on 1-1. It seems unlikely he'd try and do it without medevacs. That seems way too risky. Some Banelings coming out right here from BioIce. Ryung still keeping all of his Hellions alive. Actually, he lost 1, never mind. Reaper's still alive too. It's been hanging around down here, doing absolutely nothing. Baneling speed on the way here for BioIce as well. Takes gas, and is still not mining from this. This has got to be a mistake, so that's still 5 out of 6 gas. It's definitely enough to go Muta if he wants to. And if he's mining that much gas, he's got to be going for a Spire, and that's exactly what he's going to do. It's either that or he's going for Infestors, which would be a little bit weird. Spire is on the way, so he's going to still have a decent gas bank, even with only 5 out of 6 mining. He's going to... there we go, he's realized. Okay, so now he's mining from there. I mean, actually, no, it definitely wasn't on purpose. I was looking at the saturation, I was like, no, that wasn't on purpose. Macro hatch going down as well. So far, actually, so good for BioIce. Considering the delayed medevacs here from Ryung, it's pretty good, but look at his marine count. Look at how scary this is. It doesn't look that scary, but when you think about it, this push hits on 1-1 with combat shields and 29 Marines and 5 Hellions and 4 medevacs. That's a nasty push. That hits before Mutalisks arrive. So we're going to have to see a lot of lings coming out of BioIce. He's building nothing but units right now. His 1-1 is about to be done. So he's going to be able to equalize those upgrades quite nicely. Pushes forward, looks to try and get some queens. He's going to kill 1 by the looks of it, unless the transfuse goes off. He's just cleaning out creep right now. Pushes forward, 1 queen down, 2 queen down. No, transfuse. Nice move there by BioIce. And finally, those queens have been cornered, and they will be absolutely obliterated. The Lings are in defensive formation right now. This 3rd base is going to get cancelled, no problem whatsoever. Lings are coming in, though. There's not enough... yeah, there is enough medevacs to pick up most of those units and back them off. And there should be reinforcements coming across the map. Ryung, interestingly enough, did not commit his entire army to this. He's got way more coming in. So he just used the size of force he needs to move this in, instead of making himself a giant Baneling target, which do not connect at all. The splits from Ryung. Good lord. That's the GG. Wow. Not even close. That was somewhat one-sided, I have to say. But that was terrifying. Good lord. I would not want to be a Zerg in that position. Absolutely not. Jeez. Alright, well, we'll see what Ryung can do next, and if Biowise can actually come back from that. In the meantime, I'm going to check the bracket for you. That was brutal. Ugh. Okay, so the current bracket is looking something like this. Alright, so Impact beat Crimson. Impact's going to actually play Sage next, so that's going to be a big challenge. And then it's Apocalypse versus Tefl, so Ryung either gets Tefl or Apocalypse if he moves on to the next one. And that leaves only 6 players in this tournament. Sage took out Storms 2-0. Sage versus Impact, that could be a really good matchup. I'd love to cast that, but I don't know. They'll probably play it first. We will see. Alright, waiting for the next game, and we will be right back. Welcome back, and we'll be going on to Yonsu for our second game, this best of 3 series right here, between Axiom Ryung and this man right here, to the pink. What? It is getting a little late, so don't expect common sense or words or coherent sentences. From Team Ascension, it is Bio Ice in the pink trunks playing Zerg. His opponent to the northwest position, it is one and only Axiom Ryung in the blue trunks playing Terran. Alright, so things are starting to thin out here. Ryung is going to face either Tefl or Apocalypse, both very formidable opponents next, and Impact is currently going up right now against Sage, which is a very, very dangerous opponent. Outside of my own players, I would have to say that Sage is probably the favorite to take this entire tournament. He is ridiculously good. So, we will see. This might be the last match I cast, I'm afraid, because I'm starting to feel very, very tired. Let's just say the sports drinks are wearing off and I'm not exactly feeling amazing. Alright. Well, let's see what Bio Ice has got. So, that Ling Baneling Muta build, Ryung has a timing that apparently just murders it. So, that is not something that he wants to be doing. I think he's got to try something a little bit different. Roachbane all in might work. As I said, like, that 3 barracks, the 3 command center build that Ryung does is kind of greedy. It's pretty vulnerable early game to a Roachbane bust. So if I was going to say anything, you should do that. And not go Ling Baneling Muta. Because so far, Ryung in this tournament has a 100% win ratio against that strategy, so you might want to think about something else. Gas is up at the appropriate time, so I expect to see a Reaper out from Ryung. So far, so standard from our Terran player. And also Biowise going for the expansion and nothing out of the ordinary here. Ooh, I do not need 5-hour energy. That would give me a massive headache. Oh, I'll probably throw that up. Yeah. Alright. So, let's see what we got coming out here from BioIce and what he's going to plan to do. He'll get his speed early. Get his map control. This may play out the same way as last time. I really think he should consider roaches. Or some kind of early aggression. I don't think I would be too confident dealing with Ryung's 1-1 parade push. It's too dangerous. It's too many Marines. He gets so many barracks. He gets his CC up. He's got a massive economy behind it, and he just wrecks everything. That would kill pretty much anything. So, yeah, we'll see. Queen's out on the way, so pretty much the same kind of timing here for Ryung to get in here with his Reaper. Gets behind that mineral line, and BioIce is not... Yeah, there you go. Nice save with the Spore Crawler right here, but... Ooh! Ryung's going to be a little bit careful with that. He gets there a little earlier just because of the size of the map and the rush distance right there, and he gets a drone, which is quite nice. I mean, that's more than you can really expect to necessarily get. And he gets another as well. Very, very cool. And he's not getting out of there, surely. No. 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 Didn't think so. So the Reaper's shut down, which ideally you don't want it to die there. It's good that it took a couple of drones out, but you don't want it to die there because you want it to go in later and scout. So that was a good shutdown. And Ryung is getting greedy as all hell right here. The CC comes down yet again. He's already finished one. He finished it on the low ground of all things. Very confident about his ability to defend that. So, you know, if you want to kill Ryung right now, you put down a Roach Warren. And here's the thing. BioIce is still mining gas. So he might get aggressive. 6 things on the way. What we saw from BioIce previously was he stopped mining gas. 14 lings on the way. Alright, BioIce. Okay. So he's going to try and punish Ryung here. Which is not going to work out with those lings. He probably should have waited a little longer, and then he could have caught some SCVs with a run-by, but there's massive numbers of Zerglings coming out right here from BioIce. Ryung, I think, is figuring out what's coming. It's like, hang on a minute. That was a bit aggressive. We're going to get ready for that, but... Without Banelings, there's the Baneling nest coming up, so BioIce is going to attempt to bust here. He's got way too many lings for anything else. He stopped building drones on 21, so he's going to attempt a huge bust. Which might work. It very well might. Ryung is getting super greedy. He's not really prepared for this. There's no bunker down, no tanks, no mines. He's still building Hellions, which, if they get caught out of position, which they will with this many lings, that's very likely anyway, this is gonna hurt. And Ryung is in a lot of trouble now. He sees... he sees what's coming, but can he deal with it? It's a huge amount of Zerglings. Needs to bring up... There we go. Brings up the supply depots. The SCVs are gonna get absolutely ravaged. Banelings being morphed in the natural here. Very cheeky. Where are those Hellions? Now coming in, but... Supply depots are going to get killed, SCVs were killed, Banelings are being morphed right under there to go for the bust. The Hellions are not going to do the job here, there's way too many lings coming in, and this is going to be a full-on bust coming through here, and Ryung eats it. Ryung now supply block, this is an absolute disaster, and there you go. I think BioIce is going to take this one very, very handily. There's no way Ryung defends this, not in a million years. Ryung got way too greedy, BioIce got a good read on it. And that is all the SCVs of Ryung pretty much dead. A bunker is going to finish, but a little bit too late, I feel. 9 SCVs to 21. That's going to be very hard to make anything happen with. It's not impossible to come back from this position, but this is difficult right here. BioIce really took it to Ryung, and rightfully so. But he didn't kill him, and that's the problem. He didn't kill the Terran player, and the Terran player has 3 orbital commands, which means CCs are on the way. And the tech of BioIce has been severely delayed. So right now, Ryung is still holding on. His Hellion count's actually at 7. So unless BioIce is able to get in the base again, which is unlikely against that many Hellions, we might see Ryung coming back into this. And I think we will. There's now 5 mules on the ground. The income is ridiculous for the Terran player and climbing. That triple CC build, if you don't absolutely kill it, can be a real problem. It can come back from the dead. 31 drones versus 18 SCVs right now. Ryung's going to move out on the map. Drone production is resuming here for BioIce. He did use a lot of lings. Funnily enough, he did kill a lot of stuff from his opponent. Obviously, he killed 24 workers. The amount of resources lost by the Terran player is massive. But the Terran player did go triple CC, and he lost units that only cost minerals. So that's the thing you need to consider there. BioIce takes a decent amount of damage right here. Ryung that was quite nice. I gotta say, that Hellion Micro was pretty cool. Keeps all of his Hellions alive very nicely there. Doesn't lose any unnecessarily. And suddenly, BioIce is in a position where he has to defend, and he only has one Baneling. Only a single Baneling. Ryung decides to wait, and I don't think that's a good idea. Like, if he wants to go now. He could do a lot of damage here. He's trying to catch up on his economy. He's still way behind that in that respect, but he has these Hellions, and he might be able to make something work here. Loses a Hellion immediately. If only he knew that there were actually no units here. BioIce is really skating by on bare minimum defense. However, Ryung is starting to re-establish. He has rerouted power from the deflector dish, of course. Where else would he reroute the power from? Starport on the way up. Triple barracks. Mutalisk is going to be the follow-up here. The marine count is not that big. BioIce did invest a lot, though, and he hasn't been mining gas for that long. So that Spire's going to finish. There's only going to be 5 muters. So that's not going to really do all that much. That's shut down pretty handily by the amount of marines that are coming out here for Ryung. Did Ryung get stim, more to the point? He did. And he also has his combat shield up. Hellion's now moving out. They're going to find a 4th base. They're not going to kill it. Hanging around by that 4th base probably not be a good idea with the muters coming out anyway. Ryung is still going for this double upgrade approach, and he's actually managed to catch up. His SCV count is right back to where it was. It's the same count as BioIce, which means he's actually ahead. But BioIce is going to be sitting on a 3rd base here. Muta's now on the way, but the count is quite low. There's easily enough marines to actually beat this back. So I don't see these Mutalisks doing too much, especially not against a 2-base Terran that is playing very close to his chest, very easy to defend. And I think once that 1-1 finishes, we might actually see Ryung parade out. And as delayed as it was, and the huge amount of damage that was actually done to Ryung, he has come back from this, and he's in a good spot. And BioIce is not. He's trying to make his move here with the Mutalisks, and he's going to do a little bit of damage, but not a lot. I mean, the missile turret's there, the Marines coming in from the side, that's going to be 1 Muta dead. Almost took a second one, heavily damaged, and Ryung's production is now in full swing. 26 Marines, 28 Hellions, 4 medevacs. The push is on the way, folks. We're looking for that 1-1 push once again from Ryung. Banelings are on the way, though, with Baneling speed, but Baneling speed is not done, not even close. This could suddenly turn around on BioIce right here, unexpectedly. Looks like he did not quite do enough. Queen's down. Alright, let's see if BioIce can make this happen. It's unlikely. And the Banelings do not quite get the hits that they need. Marine count is at 20. There's nothing on the ground right here, and suddenly BioIce fails his all-in. And now Ryung marches into the main base, and I have a feeling this is going to be 1 dead Zerg right here. Ouch. GG. Coming back from 9 SCVs. The investment there from BioIce, not quite enough, no follow-up. And Ryung says, you know what, I got triple CC, I'm just going to sit here and rebuild. And there it is. What can I say? That was actually kind of terrifying. I want to see if Impact versus Sage is still going on, or I might try and catch it. Maybe I can maybe I can do 1 more. That was not too shabby there from Ryung, I've got to say. Hard to complain about Ryung's performance there. Very, very good. Currently, I do not know the score for Impact versus Sage. I also do not know Tefl versus Apocalypse. The bracket has not been updated yet, so Ryung goes forward to face either Tefl or Apocalypse. I'm going to see what I can find out about Impact versus Sage, and I may try and cast that as the last game that I do. For those of you who don't know, by the way, it's currently 0-0, okay, so it's currently in play. Alright, well, I may have to wrap this up here, then, because it's currently 0-0 and they're still in the first game, so... If you want to know more about this tournament, by the way, you can find out over on Team Liquid's wiki, that being Liquipedia. It's the MSI Saturday Showdown series that is actually on Friday right now, strangely enough. And there have been 8 of them. This is the 9th. Sponsored by MSI, $175 prize pool for the SEA community for the most part. That being Korea, Taiwan, and of course Australia. Lots of Australian players, many wins, actually, from Australia. Half of the series have been won by Australians, including Ninja, Patreus, and Pig. Game 2 is about to start, so we're just finding out who won the first game here for Impact. Okay, I'll jump into Game 2. Alright, I'll do one more. I'll find out who won the first. And they're not going to tell me, are they? Ah, okay. Sage is currently ahead 1-0. Sage is terrifying, by the way, and this is not the strongest matchup for Impact, so this could be a very tough match. Okay, I will cast this series and then I'm done. Okay, I'm done for the night after this. I'm telling you that for a fact. Alright, here we go, folks. To the northwest position. In the yellow trunks, playing Protoss. It is the one and only Root Sage. He's up one game against this man to the southeast position. In the blue trunks, playing Zerg, it is Axiom Impact. So, Impact claims right now his worst matchup is ZVP. Statistically, if you count GSTL, it's actually ZVZ, but right now I don't think that's true. So he's been struggling quite a bit against Protoss, and Sage is terrifyingly good. So this may very well be where Impact's story ends in this tournament, but let's see. Pylon on the low ground right here for Sage. Looking perhaps for probably, well, he may go Forge first, but it's more likely Nexus before Forge here, I would imagine. Impact's game went on for quite a long time, so that must have been a pretty cool back and forth. We'll see how that goes. Now, Zerg is doing fairly well against Protoss at the moment. Most of the complaints against Protoss seem to be from Terran right now, and other Protoss, strangely enough, but Zerg, I don't think, is struggling all that hard. There's nothing they necessarily need to worry about. Alright, will Sage go for the Forge first? He's going down a little bit early for the Nexus, so I think he will go for Forge. There we go. Alright. Pool coming down here from Impact, so we're not going to see any cannons, I don't think. Not from Sage. That seems very unlikely. He is going to scout, of course, but the Forge is a little bit late for cannons to actually work, I think. Unless Impact made a huge mistake. If he went for the hatchery first and then delayed his pool, maybe he went gas before pool, but no, I don't think so. We could see a pylon block here from Sage. He might just try and block with the probe, but he may even decide to get kind of crazy greedy and pylon block. I think, yeah, he could have gone down there. Impact actually missing an opportunity, but a second is pulled off the line. There's the pylon block coming from Sage. All right, that's pretty nice. That's going to be an absolute pain, as you might imagine. And Impact saying, all right, I'll take it elsewhere. And Sage is saying, no, you won't. No, you're not. I'm going to go block that as well. Now, double pylon block is generally a pretty bad idea. And in fact, the weird thing about this is that Impact is actually going to lose this fight. And he just realizes, oh, shields. So Sage has done a phenomenal job of delaying this. This is actually a nightmare for Impact. Really bad. The Nexus should never go down before the hatchery. But Sage has done an absolutely fantastic job of delaying this. So, and it cost him a pylon, which is totally worth it. He's even delaying this third base. Sage with the control here. Very nice. We will see, most likely, 2 bases coming down immediately from the Zerg player. Finally, oh, the sneaky pylon. Sage, you are a horrible human being. And this is why everybody hates Protoss. Lings are going to come and clean that up. One pylon dies. This one, of course, will be cancelled. But Sage is in a fantastic position here. He delayed the expansions from Impact significantly. Impact, I think, missed out on an opportunity to get down at third base. And also, he needs to watch out, because there's a possibility of cannons here from Sage. And that's exactly what's happening. Out of range of Impact scouts. Impact's actually sending a couple of Lings around looking for something, but he needs to look back there. If he doesn't find this, then cannons can go down and take the third base out. Sage playing an impeccable game so far, and Impact certainly struggling. Alright. Impact's now going to make a move back. Cannon's already on its way up, though. Looks like, yeah, he's going to find it, but I think he might find it a little bit too late. There are only 4 Zerglings on the map here. There's the wall off. Not enough Lings to shut this down. Another photon cannon comes up here. There's a big investment from Sage to try and deny this. The other Lings are coming back and doing their best, but what are they going to do? There's only 2 Zerglings. That's not enough damage. Photon cannon's about to finish here. Pylon takes some damage. There's the cancel. Wonderful cancel there from Sage. Absolutely pitch-perfect cannon rush. Impact looking to try and take out the probe. He can't do it yet. He doesn't have speed. He never started speed. He's been doing this gasless the entire way. He's got a bunch more lings coming in, but this base may very well be forfeit. With 2 cannons there, very unlikely that he'll be able to stop this base from dying. The base finishes as well. Impact thinks he can take it. Can he do it? Well, let's find out. There's more lings on the way here. They're on their way. There's another queen coming to reinforce. He may have enough to shut this down. 2 more photon cannons coming out. A major investment here from Sage. Lings now coming in to try and get the best surround they can. 1 cannon is going to go down. 2nd cannon's getting focused down as well. The probe's taking damage. It puts down 1 more cannon and it actually somehow slips out. How the hell is Sage keeping this probe alive? This is ridiculous control here from Sage. Absolutely phenomenal. But this cannon rush, it's still going. There's 2 more photon cannons going up. It's a big investment here, but all the lings died. Cannons are still fighting. This photon cannon needs to die. He needs to finish the focus on that right now, and he repositions in order to make that happen. He's focused on the wrong target. There we go. Transfuse coming out. Needs to kill that as well. He does not kill that probe, but 2 more photon cannons coming down for Sage. This is absurd play coming out here from the Protoss. Ridiculous. His follow-up is going to, of course, be... Is he finally going to kill the probe? It dies. The most pesky probe in the history of StarCraft 2. Finally goes down here. Great focus fire coming in from Sage as well to pick off that weak queen. And finally, this is going to get cleaned up, but... Man, that was costly for both sides. So the base stays up. Impact holds it. Resources lost is slightly higher for the Protoss, but with that many lings built, the drone count is absolutely awful. 32 versus 41 probes. So that's the thing you really need to be looking at there. You think, oh, well, resources lost. Yeah, but he couldn't build drones for the longest time. Yeah, of course, Sage is going to lose pylons here. He's going to lose cannons there. It's pretty annoying. But the follow-up is Void Rays, and Impact only has 3 queens right now. And he's still on hatch tech at 8.5 minutes. A Roach Warren on the way is the absolute... I mean, well, that's not going to do anything. There's Void Rays. Unless he could somehow get enough roaches in and crash through, but a Void Ray, a couple of Void Rays are going to chew through those roaches, so... That doesn't seem to be the way to go, but we'll have to see. Impact's going to need more queens. He's also going to need more information. What does he know? Well, right now, nothing. Okay, now he does. So he knows about the Void Ray. Impact loses his Scouting Overlord to that, but he knows there are Void Rays in the mix. Impact trying to get more scouting information, doesn't see a damn thing with that Overlord either. Again, costly. Sage has no problems showing these Void Rays here. We're gonna need to see queens from Impact, honestly. Only 3 queens against 2 Void Rays, that's not enough. A couple more queens would really help him out here. But this push is going to be quite dangerous. Where are the pylons? He actually has no pylon out on the map. So, if he's going to attempt any kind of aggression on the ground, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So, I guess that's the saving grace of Impact right now. It could be an attempt just to snipe the 3rd. It's very, very badly injured. And it seems to be a little bit of a fake-out, actually. Sage is going for a Robo behind this. Void Ray into Colossus. So, he's hoping perhaps that his opponent will overcommit. And it looks like he has. Infestation Pit and Hydralisk Den. So, Sage playing some mind games here with Impact. So, the Hydralisk Den sounds good in theory until you realize, oh, you got Colossus. That's not going to work. So, the Hydra Den might be the wrong choice. 3rd base is now down for Sage. And still no aggression coming out. Now, finally, Impact's able to do something. Sage hunting down Overlords and doing a great job of finding them as well. Overseer comes in. Gets some good information. Will it spot the Robo? It actually will spot the Robo. Okay. So that's good information. He might stop those Hydras, actually. He's going right to Hive. Super fast Hive tech coming out here. From our Zerg player. Huge amounts of links flooding in. This is looking like... I don't know. There's a good amount of Warpins coming in as well with +1. So the cannon goes down. Probably enough Zealots to throw most of this back here, but quite a lot of links. Sage in a really great position. Some damage is going to be done, certainly. Where are those Void Rays? They're actually having to come back to defend. So this, even if it was quite a lot of links, that's a pretty good play here from Impact because it allowed him to keep those Void Rays away. What is this Hive for? It's super fast. What is he going to do with this? I'm really interested to know. Going all the way up to Hive so quickly. He might decide to go for a couple of quick Vipers, maybe? I'm really interested. There's that Hydra Speed, though. Hydra Speed versus Colossus. Well, that generally doesn't work.